say, it really makes me understand how it is we were totally surprised by World War I and World War II. Completely surprised. And here we are in an internet age, and people are still totally wrong-footed. How is this possible? I don't know. But let's look forward and try to understand what's coming. So bottom line is, I think Putin has been planning this a very, very long time.
Really? Like what? How many? What's a long, very, very long time?
I'd say at least 10 years.
Oh, wow.
This is a highly strategized undertaking. And here's a little tidbit that's, a good example of your kind of obscure little bits of information. His idol is Peter the Great. And Peter the Great was born exactly 350 years ago. This is the anniversary of his birthday. Yeah. And so you kind of knew 2022 he was going to do something, but you didn't know exactly what. But what's clear is that he has been agitated about Russia being diminished by the loss of the Soviet Union for his entire career. And he has structured things so that he was able to commence a war without his own inner circle knowing that he was going to do it. And you could see in the interviews with like the head of the intelligence services, who tried very valiantly to say, sir, I don't think this is a great idea. And he just got completely shot down. And anyone who's turning on Putin is ending up in a bad place. So how do you start a war without your own team knowing? Answer: a lot of forward planning. That doesn't mean that his battle planning has been good, but it does mean he's thought through these secondary and tertiary effects, which are Europe cuts off the use of Russian energy, which means the price of energy goes up in the West. This is very damaging to the West, and he knows it. Russians can deal with a whole lot more hardship than Europeans and Americans, and frankly, emerging markets. Ukraine and Russia are the fourth and fifth largest producer of wheat in the world. Inevitably, the wheat price was going to go through the roof. And last time we saw this, and you and I talked about this in the past, when the wheat price goes up, you're going to find social unrest in the Middle East, because that's the principal foodstuff that they depend upon. So if we got the Arab Spring from a smaller price hike, we should expect more political turmoil in the Middle East. Does he want that? Yes, he does, because he's trying to create chaos and problems for everybody everywhere. That connects to fertilizers. Now, what happens is you look at the map, you see that most of the potash comes from Belarus, which is now flipped to being a supporter of Russia. Ammonium nitrate comes from Russia. And suddenly the world's food supply is hugely affected by the massive rise in both the energy price and fertilizer costs. And boom, next thing you see are grain prices going through the roof. Next thing you see is countries like Italy start announcing self-rationing in the grocery stores, because the truckers say, well, we're going on strike, not for higher wages, but because we simply cannot afford to deliver the grain or the food into the urban areas when the oil price is this high, when diesel costs this much. Next thing you see is announcement of livestock culls, because the cost of feeding the livestock and then transporting it is too high. And you begin to see the conditions where suddenly you've got all of these commodity prices moving like crazy.
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there, subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.